25 Curing the common cold. Why the simplest disease refused to disappear. The prediction. What we thought. Among the most confident and deceptively modest predictions of the late 1990s was this: the common cold would soon be cured. Compared to cancer or heart disease, the cold seemed trivial, mild, well understood. If modern medicine could map the genome and transplant organs, surely it could knock out a runny nose and sore throat. The expectation wasn't dramatic immortality or radical enhancement. It was competence. A simple pill. A vaccine. A clean end to an annoyance humanity had endured for millennia. Standing in 1999, this felt less like futurism and more like housekeeping. Why this prediction made sense in 1999? The confidence came from comparison. By the late 20th century, antibiotics had transformed bacterial disease. Vaccines had eradicated or controlled many viral illnesses. Antiviral drugs were improving. Molecular biology promised precise intervention. Against that backdrop, the common cold looked embarrassingly solvable. It was also framed as a single problem. Popular discourse treated the cold as one disease rather than many. If you could identify the virus and neutralize it, the problem would vanish. This belief fit perfectly with millennium-era optimism. The late 1990s were saturated with the idea that medicine was entering its final cleanup phase. Big killers first. Minor nuisances next. For younger readers today, it's worth emphasizing how symbolic this prediction was. Curing the common cold wasn't about comfort. It was proof that medicine had reached maturity. Who said it, and where? The idea circulated widely in popular science media throughout the 1990s, particularly in magazines like Popular Science, which regularly covered advances in virology, immunology, and drug development. Articles speculated that new antivirals, vaccines, or immune-boosting therapies would soon make colds a thing of the past. The tone was optimistic, sometimes breezy. The assumption was that the remaining barriers were technical, not conceptual. This wasn't a single bold proclamation. It was a shared expectation repeated often enough to feel inevitable. What actually happened 2000 to 2025? The common cold stubbornly remained. Despite extraordinary medical advances, people in 2025 still catch colds. Frequently. Seasonally. Predictably. What changed was our understanding of why. The common cold is not one disease. It is caused by hundreds of different viruses, rhinoviruses, coronaviruses, adenoviruses, and more. They mutate rapidly. They circulate constantly. Immunity is short-lived. Developing a single cure or vaccine for all of them proved unrealistic. Medicine did make progress. Symptoms are better managed. Severe complications are rare for most people. Antiviral research improved overall pandemic preparedness. But eradication never came. Ironically, the emergence of new global viral threats in the 21st century made the idea of eliminating the common cold seem almost quaint. Attention shifted from mild inconvenience to systemic resilience. The simplest disease turned out to be one of the hardest to remove. Verdict. Status. False. The common cold was not cured. Despite decades of research and medical advancement, cold viruses remain a persistent feature of human life. The prediction underestimated biological diversity and viral adaptability. Why it played out this way? The central mistake was assuming that simplicity of symptoms implied simplicity of cause. Colds feel mild, but they are biologically complex. Multiple viruses, rapid mutation, shallow immunity, constant reinfection. There was also a strategic reality. Medical research prioritizes severity. Resources flowed toward life-threatening diseases, not inconveniences. The cost-benefit case for eradicating the common cold never dominated funding decisions. Finally, the immune system itself plays a role. Mild infections can act as training. Completely eliminating them may not even be desirable. The future didn't ignore the cold. It reclassified it. What this prediction teaches us about the future. This case reveals a humbling truth. Some problems endure not because they are dramatic, but because they are diffuse. The common cold resisted cure not through complexity of machinery, but through multiplicity and adaptability. It didn't present a single target to eliminate. In 1999, curing the cold symbolized scientific neatness. In 2026, its persistence reminds us that biology doesn't always cooperate with our desire for closure. The future delivered extraordinary medicine. It did not deliver perfection. One sentence takeaway. We conquered many deadly diseases, but the common cold survived by being too small, too many, and too adaptable to finish off.